With the cryptic and underwhelming end of Season 10 event, Epic decided that instead of fighting the lawsuit against parents for the game Fortnite being too addictive to their kids, that it would just shut down the service for a few days to throw it back in their face when their children then proceed to throw a tantrum about not being able to play the game, so instead they're going to stare at a black hole for hours because that's what the parents wanted, right? Well, it seems that after giving players 2 days off of playing, developers have also taken 2 days off of writing patch notes, so I'm just going to go off of my limited playtime to tell you what I've noticed. Upon launching the new chapter of Fortnite for the first time, you're forced to watch the cinematic, which then actually throws you into a match that you'll immediately need to back out of to change your settings because the update absolutely fucks all of your keybinds. Seriously, why do games constantly fuck up your settings on updates? This shouldn't ever happen. After totes being Jelly Bra of Apex Legends' new map, Epic decided to also follow the lead with those 13 point of interest from leaks coming true in the form of a brand new map. Here they are with the map on screen with 3 returning locations: Pleasant Park, Salty Springs, and former Rift Zone Retail Row, this time with 100% less AI getting in the way of actually playing the game. There's then 10 new point of interest. Steamy Stacks is the obvious continuation of Pressure Plant, Frenzy Farm, which is Anarchy Acres and Fatal Fields combined, Weeping Woods, an obvious play on Lonely Lodge, Dirty Docks like Dusty Depot but for boats instead of brutes, Misty Meadows, that is the non-winter version of Happy Hamlet, Sweaty Sands, a combination of Lazy Lagoon with Paradise Palms, Slurpy Swamp, a polluted version of Moisty Mire, and finally 2 original locations, Claggy Cliffs, which actually made me learn a new adjective, and Holly Hedges, even though it kind of looks like a town within that old maze back in Wailing Woods. As sort of teased during Season 10, Risky Reels is actually back on the map, but it's a landmark by Frenzy Fields, not its own point of interest like in past seasons, and there are more landmark type places littered throughout the sparsely populated map, which I'll go over later in the challenges section, since you need to visit 10 of these 13 point of interest to complete one of the tasks in the new world missions. Also be careful when exploring the map, as there are a couple of insta-death zones that Epic needs to remove, and that's the only real issue with this 11.0 update other than their inability to count achievements correctly, but that was resolved with a hotfix today. Oh, and that keybind problem is also fixed too, but after I already went through all that trouble, come on Epic, fuck! There are a ton of new gameplay features, some of which are showed off in the trailer, like swimming, where I found you should just spam the jump button while in water to continually jump and dive into and out of water to avoid being a swimming duck. The ability to carry down players, either teammates to safety or, if you're a savage, can be used as an execution on enemies if you throw them from a tall enough height. A new motorboat vehicle that does have missiles and a minigun, but thankfully is a much shittier version of the Brute because of how bad the mobility is. Group emotes, and rounding up the things that I actually do like is the ability to fish, although it feels kind of incomplete to do so without any alcoholic beverages, by using a rod that is an item found in chests or on the ground that I think would be better if it didn't take up an inventory slot, similar to the pickaxe, but it can be cast into the water that can be used to get weapons or even grabbing new items from the water itself, like a fish that can be consumed, the Slurp Fish, granting 50 health and or shield, which is a really strange way of Epic supporting pollution, giving a middle finger to environmentalists when the best fish is the one that's been mutated by radioactive slurp runoff from the Slurpy Swamp plant. Other shit in the trailer that I don't like is the ability to hide in things like haystacks and garbage pails, because everybody loves getting shot in the back by camping little cum dumpsters, explosive barrels and tanks around the map, which give me PTSD-esque flashbacks of exploding map assets in Call of Duty games causing bullshit death, shout out to you Optic Van, and the constant medals popping up on the screen, which is in other shooter games, handing out self-esteem validation because everybody needs a fucking trophy nowadays in today's society. But the punch card on the left-hand side, XP bar at the bottom, and notification of leveling up in the goddamn kill feed is just taking up too much screen real estate space that needs to fucking go now. Other than the UI as a whole being much more clean and streamlined, except I'd rather have my health and shield bar at the bottom middle instead of on the left-hand side so that it's in my immediate view. You can also spectate friends while waiting in the lobby, as well as being able to ready up right away after a match has been completed instead of going all the way back to the main menu to do so. Epic also apparently heard the criticism about skill-based matchmaking, so in order to onboard players better, there will be bots in casual playlists, and those bots are definitely not the best use of AI that I've ever seen. There's also the new ability to upgrade weapons by trading in the current variant that you have for a higher one of the same type for a set of materials, which is a much better way of trading in resources for items than the original vending machines, and it also seems that there's less reliance on RNG when you could both fish items out of the water and upgrade rarities on the fly. But I do wish that these upgrade locations either were pointed out on the map or made more noise like the vending machines so that you don't miss out on them. Speaking of weapons, there have been a lot of changes here, as there's a new bandage bazooka that takes up 2 item slots, allowing you to shoot health at other players as a shittier replacement for the now vaulted slurp juice. There are also common and uncommon versions of sniper rifles, RPGs, and the pump shotgun, with the epic and legendary Spaz 12 variants returning, as well as those same rarities for the unsilenced pistol and the P90 for the regular SMG category, as well as the burst assault rifle returning with the FAMAS model for all uncommon through legendary variants. Pretty much everything else aside from healing items were removed from the game, so with a much smaller loot pool, it's easier to actually get what you want. So about that medal system, it's part of a revamped leveling system which does away with the Battlestar concept altogether. That was less prevalent in Season 10 anyways, but there are also similar missions that aren't temporary, only for 1 week. As I alluded to earlier, the first set of to-dos are called New World, and they are visiting 10 of those 13 point of interest that also reveal them on your map like you're playing Command and Conquer all over again, discovering 10 landmarks, of which there are over 30 according to this map shown on screen here, and this might not even be complete because I've seen a ton of different variants on them, but once you uncover all 13 point of interest, there will still be grayed out areas of the map, so as a tip, landmarks will probably be at those undiscovered spots. Then eliminations at either Lazy Lake or Misty Meadows, which is in the same general middle of the map area with a big fuck off body of water between them, using a motorboat that's definitely not built for speed or comfort in 3 different matches, dealing 500 damage with assault rifles to opponents, which should be easy unless you're playing the fucking game wrong, searching 7 chests at either Sweaty Sands if you want something new or Retail Row if you're not as adventurous, getting an elimination in 5 different games, catching a weapon using the fishing rod, so happy waiting around not harvesting mats, dealing damage with an SMG, shotgun, and pistol all in a single match, the only time you'd ever use the last weapon category in that list, and carrying a down player 10 meters to really show off those new features. Complete 8 of those 10 and you'll get this loading screen here, which is essentially the banner for the basically empty patch notes page of this game's website, but hey, at least it's not just recycled fan art and the minimum effort for maximum profit that Epic is known for. However, the 11th challenge listed is to find the hidden F within the loading screen, which can be seen on this mountain east of Lazy Lake, so head over to that spot in the game to pick up the letter. Week 2 and 3's challenges and loading screens have also been leaked, and starting next Tuesday presumably will be when the open water challenges go live, and they are as follows: landing at Craggy Cliffs, Salty Springs, and Dirty Docks, hide inside of hideouts in 3 different matches, so go dumpster diving for a baby after prom, searching 7 chests at Craggy Cliffs or Misty Meadows, so do the former when you're completing the first tasks, 2 kills with the sniper rifle, being crouched within 20 meters of an opponent for 10 seconds, which sounds insanely odd until you realize that crouching actually helps with the low the bloom mechanic, dealing 500 damage with pistols to opponents, searching 7 ammo boxes in a single match, getting a kill from 50 meters or further away, surviving 10 storm phases, and dealing 150 damage within 10 seconds of leaving those hiding spots, which are perfect for those jump scares around Halloween time. Complete 8 of these to get this loading screen here, which is also an asset from the website, but this time on a page that gives some actual useful information. However, you can spot an O underneath the deck, which corresponds to this spot at the restaurant in Craggy Cliffs to complete the last challenge for this mission. The week 3 mission list is Forged and Slurp, where you'll need to search 7 chests at Slurpy Swamp or Retail Row, getting an elimination with each weapon rarity, upgrading 3 items at the weapon bench, dance at Compact Cars, which is the landmark on the island east of Frenzy Farms, Lockie's Lighthouse, the landmark on the northernmost point of the map, northwest of Pleasant Park, and a weather station, the landmark which is on the southwest snow-covered mountain, dealing 500 damage with common weapons like a basic bitch who loves their pumpkin, marking an uncommon rare and epic item, eliminating 3 opponents at EGO Outposts or Retail Row, which I don't even know where the former are, so do the latter, especially since the area will probably be larger and more forgiving, searching 7 ammo boxes at landmarks, so again refer to this map here if you need a refresher on where those are, opening a supply drop in 3 different games, and dealing 250 damage with a legendary weapon, so get that bench ready. Complete 8 of the 10 of these tasks and you'll get this loading screen here, which is the scary movie version of an old school Irish Spring soap commercial. However, you'll notice a faint greenish blue R underneath the platform by the sewer pipe, which is located in Slurpy Swamp, so head there to complete the last to-do for this mission. Considering that Fortnite is 8 characters long, does this mean that there will only be 8 weeks worth of challenges this season? That seems like a relatively short amount of time. Also in challenge leaks are a set of feats, which contain random events to do, and it's a long list, so I'm not going to read them all out because I'm already going over the required 10 minutes for this video, but some examples are harvesting 999 mats of different types in a single match, 235 eliminations at Steamy Stacks, that's a weird number, getting 10,000 health and or shield from just going into the watery parts of Slurpy Swamp, which begs the question, why are you even touching that thing anyway, and others, but some interesting ones include reviving a knocked teammate while in water, which I didn't even know you could do that, and references to a mythic goldfish item, which I haven't seen anything about other than it's an item that you can get from fishing, but I've seen some comments say that it can be thrown at players for 90 damage, and I've seen others saying that it's a chug Snug Jug replacement since that item is not in the game anymore. Let me know down in the comment section if you've actually gotten this and what does it do. Lastly, in leaks are cosmetics, starting off with a Wild Frontier set containing 2 skins, Wrangler that isn't the new spokesperson for the jeans company, and Rustler, the female version, of course with a much skimpier outfit because this game is made for prepubescent boys after all. 2 Harvesters, the utility axe and spurred swinger that puts cowboy flair on it, and finally 2 back blings that PETA would hate, saddlebag and leather lugger. Getting added to the Red Riding set is the Fable skin that is the wolf counterpart to the original, like Sheila from Glow, a big bad axe harvester with more wolf, and a pack leader back bling also with more wolf. For the Royale Heart set, the darker mass shooter version of everybody's favorite fursuit called Snugs with a broken heart back bling and snuggle swiper pickaxe. Finally is a new back bling for the RPM set with Wheelie. For emotes, there's Island Vibes, the newest annoying music playing one, Harmony, which is a half Zenyatta since one foot is still touching the ground, Pirouette because Simone Biles is just amazing, and a potential group emote, Double Up, which is the only time I've ever seen line dancing even look remotely sexy. For sprays, there's a bunch that are apparently designed by George Rose, whomever the fuck that is, who somehow isn't searchable on Google, but probably again just some fan art that Epic has commandeered as their own. Eucalyptus, Quokka, Tiger, Handoff, and the appropriately titled Rose. In wraps, there's Rustler Plaid from the Wild Frontier set, Wolf Hunter from the Red Riding set, Snug Shine from the Royale Heart set, and out of nowhere, Bright Blast in the Sunshine and Rainbows set. Finally, a new starter pack has also been discovered called Bullet Blue that contains a skin, pickaxe, and back bling, which will probably be similar to other starter bundles, costing $4.99, also throwing in 500 V-Bucks, so it's essentially getting the cosmetics for free. Anyways, what are your thoughts and opinions on Chapter 2, Season 1 thus far? Let me know down below. I've been The Schwantz27, out like the St. Louis Cardinals. Until next time.